day to you one and all, and welcome to Lilac 10, where once a month I create my own top 10 list surrounded by anime in some form of fashion. Now, in a long-awaited turn, I'm actually not going to be talking about anime specifically today, but the voices behind our favorite characters. I give you my top 10 list of English voice actors, and just so we're clear, I'm only covering the men of the English voice acting world. The ladies will get their turn soon enough. Sometimes you have rather manly characters and you need someone with a voice in their deeper register in order to really bring that out. Over the years, Funimation Entertainment has had 2 voice actors capable of this, and Christopher Sabat is the first to make my list. Sabat has actually been involved in the voice acting game the longest out of my list entries, thanks to his initial work of Vegeta and Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. But he's also been involved in other well-known dubs, including Armstrong from Fullmetal Alchemist, Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, and of course, Zoro from One Piece. But there are still several other roles that I really enjoy, including Jigen from Lupin and the Wonka Fujiko-Mine, Tatsumi Saika from Speedgrapher, Garble from Panty Stalking, and my personal favorite, Garoro from Sergeant Frog. More recently, Sabat has managed to land roles in Funimation's broadcast dub initiative, including Yona the Dawn's Hawk, as well as Togane from Psycho Pass 2. He just kind of has one of those very, very unforgettable and distinct voices that you can just recognize instantly thanks to that tone and range that he has. Then again, Fruits Basket does kind of exist for both him and my number 5 entry. Yeah, I didn't even know about that till recently.
The boss has got more than his fair share of enemies, including some who would play mistress just to get close to him, and some who would be happy to kill him.
Good. Rise and shine, open your eyes, wake up!
Is it morning already?
Yeah, eat your breakfast! Well, then why don't you try passing judgment on me? That's Alex Louis Armstrong, the strong-arm alchemist!
While we're on the subject of voice actors who voice manly characters, why don't we throw Patrick Seitz into the mix? Seitz is actually one of 2 voice actors who tends to go back and forth between LA and Texas in order to take part in several anime dubs, but he also has directed and scripted several other ones, so it makes me wonder if he's actually a damn Time Lord or something, because how else are you gonna constantly go back and forth and take part in a lot of these dubs? So as you can imagine, the man has racked up quite a few credits on his resume, including, and I am not even gonna bother to memorize this, Attack on Titan, Black Butler, Blood Lad, Dead Man Wonderland, Durarara, Eureka 7, Fairy Tail, Hitalia, Hellsing, Kill la Kill, Monster, One Piece, Paranoid Agent, Psycho Pass, Sailor Moon, Speedgrapher, Steins Gate, Sword Art Online, and Vampire Not Guilty, and those are just the ones that I knew him for. Among that large list of shows I just gave you, I would have to say that Fairy Tail's Loxus, Monsters Grimmer, and Germany from Hitalia would be among my personal favorites. Granted, I do love One Piece, but I still have yet to reach Frankie. You can tell he has a lot of range to him, and not just voicing manly characters, but also ones with emotional response. I mean, look at Grimmer and you will clearly see that. Either way, he's rather memorable, and he gets the chance to work on some high-profile work, so I think he's pretty damn awesome.
Everyone is born with his or her own talent. We all have our own paths and duties set out by the gods.
Everyone shut up! Germany! We've called this conference to solve the world's problems, not to fight about the problems of our past. And since I'm the only country who seems to know how to run a meeting, we'll follow my rules from here on out. 8 minutes each for speeches, no chit-chatting or side deals, and absolutely no going over the time limit.
Why are you doing that?
You're real. Well, I'm glad that's settled. So what's death like?
I wasn't dead! How rude!
You're going to see a major pattern with this list, if you haven't really picked up on it already, where I like voices that are deep in register and rather soothing to my ears. Granted, my number 7 and 3 picks are different, but I do like him for other reasons. And then there's Todd Haberkorn, who's probably my list's wild card pick. For a while, it was kind of the same old song and dance. I mean, Oron and Bakano and Holic and Claymore and etc. But these past 5 or 6 years, I saw a new and interesting progression in Haberkorn's work, probably starting with Natsu from Fairy Tail. Since then, not only did he reprise his role of Watanuki from Blood Sea, but we also got to see other sides of him, including, let's see here, Italy from Hitalia, Oberon from Sword Art Online, Karara from Sergeant Frog, Death the Kid from Soul Eater, Jedi from Sailor Moon, and as of more recently, Ayato from Tokyo Ghoul. And let's not forget, he's actually voicing Haru from the upcoming release of Free Eternal Summer, something that I and many others did not see coming. These are the roles I now remember him for, even though I did really enjoy some of this early work. He just has more variety and versatility now compared to then, and it has me appreciate his career in a whole new way. That is why he's on my list, and that is why Haberkorn takes my number 8 spot.
Hey! Wait! Lady, wait up! Damn. My right eye's all foggy. But I won't miss again, promise. What's bugging you? Japan and Germany never complained about sleeping with me.
Tell me right now that you're through with those poor I'll keep talking you!
So originally when I was looking to release this top 10 back in April, Bryce Papenbrook was my number 10, followed by Sabat at 9, Seitz at 8, and then Haberkorn at 7. But since pushing back that video and then watching several other new shows that came out, someone kind of wormed their way onto my list. Who is that person exactly? He's the only male voice actor who has gained ground in the past several months alone, Clifford Chapin. After gaining a lot of exposure thanks to his role of Connie from Attack on Titan, he's been on the up and up ever since, with roles including Moroha from World Break, Harutora from Tokyo Ravens, Hide from Tokyo Ghoul, Kamui from Psycho Pass, Sugino from Assassination Classroom, and Yoon from Yon of the Dawn. You can kind of see why he's been on my mind lately. Chapin just keeps popping up more and more, and it has me very excited to see where he's going next. Either way, this guy is one of my new favorite people, and I would honestly not be surprised if he overtakes the other 6 voice actors on my list at some point in the near future.
Way to lead the charge! You don't care if I steal your thunder, right?
He's been a serious book nerd for as long as I've known him. Whenever he'd get the chance, he'd bury his face in one of them. We'll be fine, Princess. There's no need to worry. This beautiful boy genius knows the way.
One of the first series that got me back into anime, as well as my first review for LER, was Soul Eater. At that time, I had no clue who the hell Micah Solusod was, but now the guy is pretty much in everything that is rather high in profile. Aside from Soul Eater, Solusod, wow, that's a mouthful, has taken on major roles in, and again, I am not going to memorize this list, Codebreaker, Guilty Crown, Kami-sama Kiss, Level E, Red Data Girl, Ride Back, Space Dandy, Wolf Children, Yon of the Dawn, and more recently, Noragami. Some people compare him to Johnny Young Bosch because the two sound rather similar, and it kind of makes sense considering he does play the son of Renton from Rebecca 7AO, and he did take over Bosch's previous role of Klaus Volka for Last Exile Fan the Silver Wing. So why would I pick Solusod over Bosch? To be completely honest, it's because I enjoy more of Solusod's work compared to Bosch. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy both of their work, it's just that Solusod just somehow wins the day for me, as well as a spot on my list.
Yeah, Maka, there's no doubt about it. That dude's soul is a Kishin egg. It's pure evil. He's not human anymore.
What's with you?
You're going to school tomorrow, you hear me?
No way.
You're going or else!
I said no!
It's as cutting edge as you can get, sir.
Then show me an example.
You can enjoy music to your heart's content.
This next entry is probably the only voice actor that you will see me go full-on fangirl for. But when you voice my biggest anime crush Sanji from One Piece, then Eric Vale kind of has my undying attention. Like Sabat, Vale has been in the voice acting game for a good long while and has probably been around since the beginning of Funimation. Although Sanji is among my favorites from him, there's also Fairy Tales Loki, America and Canada from Hitalia, Yuki Soma from Fruits Basket, Francisco from Romeo x Juliet, and more recently, let's see, Kazuma from Noragami, Shina from Yon of the Dawn, and Nishiki from Tokyo Ghoul. Totally called Nishiki, by the way. More often than not, Vale is kind of either stuck in the loverboy kind of role, the pervert, or the complete asshole. I mean, even though he kind of ends up in that area quite often, he does get the breakout occasionally. I mean, Fruits Basket, Hitalia, Noragami, and Yon of the Dawn, if you're looking for some recent examples. Whether he voices the character with his heart on his sleeve, the humorous one, or the complete asshole, Eric Vale is just awesome, and somehow makes me giddy like a little schoolgirl.
You want lunch? Here, skin this and eat it.
Is that Aya? It is! But what is he doing here?
Never mind, just skin this thing and eat it.
Hold on.
So while I'm around, I'm not gonna let anything else get taken from him!
Canada! Dude, wanna play a little catch with me, bro, huh?
Okay, ready, eh? Go ahead.
Okay, dude, better get ready, cause here comes the thunder! Hit me with your best shot. I can catch any ball you throw.
The majority of this list has voice actors who have been around for a good long time and managed to gain a fan base rather quickly. Although he's been active since the mid-2000s, Ian Sinclair has been making some rather big waves in recent years. The first time I actually noticed Sinclair was for his role of Tatsumi in Shiki, and since then I had been wondering who the hell this person was and what else he had done. And since that time, he's taken on a variety of roles, including Toriko from Toriko, Otohika from Kami-sama Kiss, Dandy from Space Dandy, Brook from One Piece, Geisha from Year of the Dawn, Zap from Blood Blockade Battlefront, and Sosuke from the upcoming release of Free Eternal Summer. Not only that, but he's previously voiced Dallas Genoa from Baccano, as well as Shu Koibuchi from Princess Jellyfish. This man is kind of a voice acting chameleon, in case you couldn't tell by the resume I just handed you, making Sinclair a force to be reckoned with, and 2014 really the year of Sinclair thanks to Space Dandy, as well as the announcement and release of One Piece's Brook. Whether it's the manly characters, the devious ones, the humorous ones, or the flamboyant ones, Sinclair is certainly getting the long overdue recognition he deserves, as well as a spot on my list.
He's nailed the hair, I'll give him that much. But he doesn't know jack about Dandy.
You are so going down! Bring it!
All right. I'll definitely come and visit. Sometime soon. Hey girl, what's up? Long time no see.
You're the Hishi guy!
Who are you calling a Hishi guy?
The second of two fairly recent voice actors to crack my top 5 is Josh Grelle. He may not have been around as long as any of these other contenders, sans Chapin, but similar to Sinclair and Solusod, Grelle has been making big waves in recent years thanks to major roles such as Princess Jellyfish, Attack on Titan, and Psycho Pass, and you don't often see an announcement from Funimation or Sentai Filmworks where he's not involved somehow. That's right folks, Grelle is the only contender on my list who does the bouncing around game between Funimation and Sentai, while Seitz and Haberkorn do bouncing around of their own between Funimation and studios in LA. This is another voice acting chameleon similar to Sinclair, but Grelle is capable of playing both the fun and energetic characters as well as the completely broken human beings. If you'd like to see some examples of the latter, then Future Diary is an okay example, though I think Attack on Titan and even Tokyo Ghoul are probably better ones. And as for the former, definitely Princess Jellyfish as well as Kami-sama Kiss, but if you really want to see some ham, then check out Blood Blockade Battlefront. More often than not, there are the truly memorable performances that make me want to seek out more of their work. If you're capable of doing that, then you're definitely doing something right, which seems to be the case with Grelle and his work.
We're looking at 7 Titans in the supply room of the 4 meters tall variety. If we time this perfectly, this much ammo ought to be enough to do the trick.
Normal? I'd say you're anything but!
Anywho, bumps the makeup remover. I fell asleep with this on. My face is all black.
Surprise, surprise!
Of course.
Well, hello. It's been a while. Don't tell me you've forgotten the most sadistic freak of Al Salem's lot. It's me, Thimt, the king of depravity!
Going back to rather manly and rather recognizable voice actors, this one is another longtime voice actor similar to Sabat and Vale. However, unlike these two, he's the only one of the trio to branch out further in his career by taking on video games, Western cartoons, and even teaching voice acting lessons. Also, unlike these other veterans, Crispin Freeman manages to take on some rather terrifying and insane roles. Of course, I'm referring to Alucard from Hellsing, the one he's most well known for. But don't worry, there are still plenty of other roles he's well known for, including ones from shows such as Durarara, Eureka 7, Ghost in the Shell, Haruhi Suzumiya, and Wolf's Rain. For a good many years, Freeman has been my all-time favorite voice actor. However, recently, in my mind, he's kind of been dethroned. But don't worry, he's still amazing in a lot of ways and is still one of my all-time favorites.
You will drink blood of your own choosing, wandering the night, powerful and singular. Become eternal and complete. Drink my blood, police girl.
We've been working this case day and night.
You think you're going to solve it?
You interrogating me?
Not at all. If you don't want to talk about it, forget I asked.
To work? Are you saying...
I've been assigned to the Soyokaze as well. Although I was surprised to see what a wreck it is.
Before I get to my number 1 voice actor, and because this list was so freaking difficult to make, I kind of think an honorable mention section is in order for today. So in alphabetical order by last name, these are 5 voice actors that were just shy of the top 10, and a few of their roles that I at least know them for.
Robert McCullum, Death Parade, Fairy Tale, Psycho Pass.
Our methods work just fine. But since you're the inspector, you're responsible for us. If you decide that you don't like the way I'm doing things, shoot me with your Dominator.
Bryce Papenbrook, Attack on Titan, Trigun, Blood Lad.
Shit! I messed up! Stupid password!
Brandon Potter, Black Cat, Kami-sama Kiss, One Piece.
I want you to bring this hat back to me someday, in good condition. and only once you've become a great pirate. That's our promise.
Austin Tyndall, Maria the Virgin Witch, Tokyo Ghoul, Assassination Classroom.
I finally get to kill an honest-to-goodness teacher! I've been dreaming of this ever since my last teacher up and died.
David Wald, Fairy Tale, Five-Brain Puzzle of God, Shiki.
We have to know exactly what we're up against before we can start fighting it effectively. Whatever it is, I'm not gonna let it kill my village.
John Young Bosch, Wolf's Rain, Durarara, Trigun.
Well, did I work off the donuts and the $10 double dollars?
Okay, 6. I'm sorry, it was hard to narrow down the honorable mentions. So I guess now you're wondering who managed to kick Freeman out of the top spot. What do, and for the third time I am not memorizing this, Oran High School Host Club, Romeo x Juliet, Kami-sama Kiss, Attack on Titan, Baccano, Carnival, Black Butler, Sergeant Frog, Spice and Wolf, Tokyo Ghoul, and Free Eternal Summer have in common. J. Michael Tatum, of course. While Sebastian and Lawrence are two of his most well-known roles, he's more than capable of changing his tone of voice in order to fit the character and the situation with ease. I mean, think about it. Sebastian and Lawrence are leagues apart from each other. It's also very hard nowadays to find a Funimation dub where Tatum is not involved in some form or fashion. Here, I'll show you. Okay, these are all the series that I own where Tatum voices a lead or a secondary character. This is almost half of my shelf. Then there's also the broadcast dubs from the winter season where Tatum was actually involved in some of the larger name ones like Kami-sama Kiss's second season, Yurikoma, and Tokyo Ghoul. At least with all my other list contenders, I can narrow down their performances to my absolute favorite. I cannot do that with Tatum because I love almost everything and anything he is in. I mean, he literally voiced William Shakespeare in Romeo x Juliet. My theater nerdiness just kind of exploded, okay? He may not have been around as long as Sabat, Vale, Seitz, or Freeman. However, he is one of the most well-known and most recognizable voice actors in the anime world today. Because of all this, I just simply adore him, and I had to give him my top spot.
Who are you anyway? There's no way that you're just a butler.
No, sir. You see, I am simply one hell of a butler.
Demon! Are you possessed by the devil?
Why does no one appreciate the genius of my work?
Because your plays are overwritten and difficult to follow.
It's true.
No one was asking you!
And those are my top 10 voice actors. Who's your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you have not already, and check out the blog for much more content. Until next time, otaku on, my friends.